Hi y'all, I'm Chase, and this is my 2021 Harley-Davidson Pan America Special, affectionately known as Wichita. And today, we're going to talk about the best time of year to buy a motorcycle. At least the best time of year that might save you some money. That time of year is not spring. No, everybody's got cabin fever, and every dealership that sells motorcycles on the planet knows that. So, yeah, you walk into a dealership in spring, you're going to get rocked. Yeah, they're going to take you for every dime that they can, and likely you will be so excited that you will do it. That's the worst time of year to buy a motorcycle. Summertime is slightly better. They know that, you know, they're halfway through the season and sales aren't, they're probably not going to pick up too much more than they already are right now, so maybe they'll cut you a deal. But the best time of year to buy a motorcycle is, well, fall. Notice all the leaves are starting to change around here. Got some reds, yellows, all that stuff. It is now, well, end of September, beginning of October. I don't know. It's the weekend. I don't look at calendars. So, if it's the weekend, I'm not looking at a calendar. So, I don't know if it's the 30th or 31st or 1st. I don't remember. But right now is probably your best time to go and buy a bike. I bought Wichita here in June, and the only reason I did that is because it was a screaming deal. It was 15 grand, $14,999. I traded in my bike and a little over 3 grand to get it out the door. Now, granted, I did have some teething issues right off the rip, but those teething issues weren't so bad. You know, when they're happening to you, you hate them. You feel like you just want to die and that you've made a horrible mistake. But just taking it on the ride home, even with the teething issues, yeah, I didn't care. This bike is the most comfortable bike, fastest bike, most capable bike for doing anything I've ever wanted to do on a bike. Last video, I took it off a road that my cousin's Jeep did not like, and man, she handled it like a champ. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. If you live in the northern states, you know, if you live Ohio or Maine or, you know, Wisconsin or South Dakota or North Dakota or Wyoming or, you know, any of those states that are, oh, I don't know, subject to severe snow, severe weather. Right now is when all the dealers are looking at their leftover stock from the year, and they're going, oh crap, yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we needed to sell. I know before the pandemic this wasn't, you know, this was a normal thing, you know, end of the year kind of stuff, end of the season, riding season kind of thing. That was pre-pandemic. Post-pandemic now, oh, come on, just one of you speed up a little bit. I'm barely doing the speed limit at this point. In fact, I'm not even doing the speed limit. But, post-pandemic, we are, let's just say we're getting back to, I don't know, common sense, regularity, I don't know. Well, I don't know what you want to call it, but right now, they're looking at their inventory and going, well, crap. It's almost the end of the riding season. We're not going to sell many more bikes. We need to bring some people in. We need to sell some bikes. So they'll do one of two things. They'll start running specials, that kind of stuff. Or, you know, you might be able to go in and talk to a salesman, and they might be able to cut you a deal. I mean, it's the end of the season. And really, that's the main reason why. Also, used bikes seem to go fairly cheaper than the new bikes because, well, it's a new bike. They don't want to take a loss on a new bike. A used bike, and here's something I'm going to tell you that I've noticed, because I'm one of those OCD type people that will go and look up my old bike after I've sold it and look it up on the website to the dealer that I've sold it to. And what I've noticed is this. The amount of money that they're going to charge on the showroom floor is between $3,000 and $4,000 extra of what they gave for trade. So we'll say for my Sportster. My Sportster, I got, let's see, when I looked it up after it was traded in and they got it back on the showroom floor, they added $3,000 to it. My Dyna, they added $4,000. So $3,000, $4,000. Now my Road King, that went over. They added $5,000 to that. $5,000. So that's, yeah, it's pretty high up there. So that gives you an idea on each bike. I don't know what the trade-in value on, say, something like a Softail is, or on Japanese bikes at all, because I'm sorry, I ended up selling my Japanese bike, my Italian bike. I traded that in. So I can't really tell you what I would have gotten in trade and what they would charge on the sales floor. So that should give you an idea that, you know, for each size bike, and I'm thinking a Dyna and a Softail is probably going to run about the same. So around, you know, there's a $3,000 window or so with the Sportsters you can play with. There's a $4,000 window that you can play with for probably Dynas and more than likely Softails, and there's a $5,000 window that you can, you know, kind of try to talk down a salesman with for a bagger. Now, will that salesman do that? I don't know. Maybe. Some of them will work with you, some of them will go, hell no. It just depends on the time of year, how close it is to snow, if it has already snowed. I mean, if you can go out and you can stand to go and pick up a bike and maybe have it trailered to your house, probably wintertime is a better deal. You might get a better deal on a bike, but I'm talking about if you want to go in and ride off on a bike, that's going to be fall. It's just the way it is. So I just thought I just wanted to give you guys an idea if you're thinking about going out and finally buying a bike. You know, fall is probably the best time. Winter is fall. Let me change that. Fall is likely the best time if you want to hop on the bike and ride it out of the showroom or ride it off the lot. Wintertime is going to be the best if you're just trying to get the rock bottom dollar, you know, price on a bike. But man, I don't know anyone that wants to buy a bike in the middle of December when there's snow on the ground, and it's going to be tough because, man, you just made a big purchase and you can't ride it for, you know, 2 to 3 months at the very least. Now around here, I live in the Appalachian foothills in the southeastern part of Ohio, so I can ride at least up until I got Wichita here. I could ride all the way up to about the second week of November. Now Wichita here is well, she's more like a full dresser. There is leg protection and heated grips and a very decent sized fairing that cuts a lot of wind. So I've ridden her in 50-degree weather so far. I had my leather on. I was actually too warm. I had to take the leather off. So yeah, I might be able to ride her down into the 40s, so that might extend my riding season a little bit. So normally my riding season ends, you know, first, second week of November, and then it's pretty much, there's no more riding until, well, the first week of March usually. First, second week of March. Usually, at the very least by St. Patrick's Day, but occasionally I get a ride in before that. So just something to keep in mind, depending on where you live. If you live further north, like if you live in Cleveland, yeah, you're screwed. You're going to be, I mean, unless you are one dedicated, you know, stubborn type person, you're not going to be riding all year. And not only that, but it just gets more dangerous the wetter and slicker it gets with, you know, ice and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think, the experiences you guys have had. You know, put that down in the comments. I do read every single comment. I will mark it with a heart, and that way you know that I have read it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for likes, comments, anything like that, subscribing. All that stuff helps with the YouTube algorithm. Stay safe out there, guys. Stay stubborn. Don't give up. Keep getting back on the horse. Bye, y'all.